M3GAN. M3GAN arrives. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, including Nicole Kidman getting a new series, Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things has an announcement to make. Mayfair Witches debuts on AMC this weekend, and M3GAN comes out. M3GAN finally arrives in theaters, the movie we've all been waiting for, that creepy dancing doll, murderous doll. We'll be doing a full review on that, but we start off today's show by talking about the new James Bond, or possibly new James Bond. Yeah, guys, it's been in talks for a while now that, Aaron Taylor Johnson has been in talks with the producers of Bond, Barbara Broccoli, and some fans out there have gone a little ahead of themselves there and posted a new image with the mock-up of him as Bond. Well, he's got a beard in this picture. Well, let's just take a look, because that's what we do here on this channel. Guys, it's not much. Let me see if I can blow that up a little bit there. There it is, right there. I'll remove that banner right there. I can't remember. I don't know what movie this was for, if it was just taken from a press, at a party, because it looks like he's got like a, I don't know, black tie on there. Okay. Aaron Taylor Johnson is a good actor. He's competent enough that, to think that he was like the third, like not even the third-rate character. He was like the fourth background character in Tenet. And now he's possibly going to be our new Bond. I got no problem with this casting. Actually, I have no problem whatsoever. It's different. It's not what I was thinking in my head. He's just a little shade older than you'd think that they would want, but that's okay. Hey, they got to reboot the franchise. Fan mock-up. Aaron Taylor Johnson as the new James Bond fan mock-up, guys. What do you think about that? Just speculation right now, because that they want to reboot the if you want to go check that out, check it out, Rahala Arts. There you can see right there on that Twitter thing there. Because Bond has a huge fan base. It does, and they want to see where this is going to go. I can only attest to the quality of actor that he is, and he's somebody that can handle it. Bond doesn't. I guess he does have some emotions, but he's not really. He's been like, the emotions have been like programmed out of him, right? So it was cool that we got to see flavors and undertones of that with Daniel Craig's version of it, right? Like it was starting to bleed through that kind of that hurt that he had, right? I don't know if they'll go with that direction anymore, like that gritty one. I would kind of like to see a return, not to an over the top kind of version of Bond, like what Pierce Brosnan did in his last few films, where he's like, hang gliding off of and surfing off of big waves. Oh God, yeah, no, I don't want that. But if they can get back to that kind of magic, that feeling that Casino Royale had, maybe with a touched with a dash of Live or Let Die. With the boat chase kind of thing, that kind of humor where the boats go across the land and one lands in the swimming pool. Like, that's not over the top kind of humor. That's my favorite Bond, I think. Live or Let Die, yeah. And I also have a soft spot for Moonraker. Actually, no. The Spy Who Loved Me is pretty good too. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. Cool image, though. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. As you know, guys, we are a movie news show. We are live daily, 11 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday, where we talk about all the big movie news headlines. And indeed, Chris Schobert asks, was there a post-credit scene for M3GAN? And we are going to be doing a full M3GAN review right now, actually, and we will discuss that. So let me just get set up, because this will be cut out of the video and posted later on as my official review for M3GAN. I just got to make sure that all my side things here are cropped and ready to rock and roll. Seems like we are. And let's talk about M3GAN. M3GAN is out in theaters right now, guys, and here are my thoughts on it. Should you go out and see it? Well, if you enjoyed that dancing creepy doll and are curious about it, then you might want to go check out this movie. But if you're going to ask me straight up, James, is this a good movie? If you saw my straight out of the theater reaction, you kind of got the idea that it's not that good of a movie. But we'll talk about it here because it does have some things that you should check out for sure. A robotics engineer at a toy company builds a lifelike doll that begins to take on a life of its own. Directed by Gerard Johnstone. Johnstone directs M3GAN. Of course, it's being produced by Jason Blum and James Wan, right? Allison Williams, yeah. Violet McGraw. As a young girl, Violet McGraw was the one who, befriended the young doll M3GAN. Army Donald was the kind of human underneath the doll. And the setup, well, I don't know why the setup was that the parents had to die for her to go live with her aunt. I don't know, because they were trying to set up some trauma there that she needed to latch onto somebody, I guess, so that they would, so she would have this connection with the doll. Okay. Here's what I need to get across to you guys. If you've seen the trailers for this, we know it's about a murderous doll. We know the setup. And I came out of it and I was thinking, well, we know what the setup is. We know that this doll goes off the hinges and starts to kill people. However, the movie just takes a bit too long to get to that. It's almost an hour into it, if not an hour plus, where stuff actually starts to happen. It's all set up. And the thing is when I was coming out afterwards and thinking about it, it was like, you could have just played the trailer and gone straight into the killing stuff and people would have liked that, because did you really need to set up all this time? Like, it just took too long. The pacing of it was too long. What did the runtime say for it there on the IMDb, James? The runtime was 1 hour and 42 minutes. And yeah, it's not about an hour before, she actually starts to do her first kill, right? I don't mean that to be a spoiler kind of thing. I just want you guys to know that going in. But once it does start to happen, it is kind of, yeah, you want to watch it. And there's some humor in this too. You know what this is? I said this in the pre-show. M3GAN, if somebody asks you, they want to get into horror and they just want to ease into it. M3GAN is a softball horror movie. There it is, straight up. M3GAN. It's not too scary. It does deal with horrific things. There are some kills in it. It does have that creepy dancing doll scene in it for sure. But it's not really, it's not that violent. And it has some really questionable funny things in it. It does. It's like, why am I laughing at this? And why are you laughing at this? Some kid just got killed and we're laughing about it. I know the kid was supposed to be a douchebag, but I mean, come on. You guys will know what I'm talking about when you see this. And you probably saw hints of that in the trailers. In fact, most of the stuff that you see in the trailers don't happen until after the first hour. Okay? That's what you need to know. So, Chris Schober in the live chat, if you're watching the live show today, guys, asked is there a post-credit scene to M3GAN? Does M3GAN have a post-credit scene if you sat through it all and you're like, should we stick around? No, there is no post-credit scene. If you've seen the movie ends in a very deliberate way where you know it's set up for a sequel. You know what it is. And then if there was going to be a post-credit scene, the final shots are sort of what the post-credit scene would have been, if you know what I mean. And we'll talk about this more on the spoiler show tomorrow. We'll be talking all about spoilers on the Horror Weekly Roundup for M3GAN. So let's go over to the Rotten Tomatoes and see what people are saying over there. As of 11 o'clock Friday morning, it's 97% with only 58 reviews. Let's just do a refresh on that because I don't trust that. Okay, there we go. 103 reviews are in from the critics, 95% by the critics. Huh, really? And 77 by the audience with over 100%. 100 reviews. Let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews and see if I agree with them. And then we'll get into a little bit more details here. Globe and Mail says, while M3GAN doesn't revolutionize the subgenre that is it's working in, it's a hell of a good time. Is it? Is it a good time? It's pretty positive, this film. I'm pretty positive this film and I will be friends to the end. Movie Freak. So that's a Chucky reference. Guys, if you ask me, what is this movie? What's it like? The tone? It's kind of like a brighter version of that reboot of Chucky. It is. The Mark Hamill version. And it's the exact same setup. Child befriends a killer robot doll, because Chucky was a robot in that one, right? With the AI. It's a tired trope we've seen, that the AI grows smart, gets onto the internet, and wants to become its own entity and kills everybody to make sure that it can. We've seen it. We've seen it in Ex Machina did it way better. Yeah, there you go. She's Eva, right? Or Eva from Ex Machina. Ex Machina is like the more adult version of this. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'd say of what M3GAN is. M3GAN is like the child's version of Ex Machina. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'm not going to ramble on and on about this. If you want to follow us on the social medias, you can see my straight out of the theater reaction stories coming out of the movies and stuff like that. And tomorrow we'll be talking about this on a horror weekly roundup show where we talk about all the spoilers for M3GAN. If you want to follow that, I'll leave a link to that up in the cards above. And overall, guys, I kind of have to agree with the what the audience was saying here for their reviews. Actually, I'm lower than the audience, guys. And we'll get into what the story structure and stuff like that tomorrow. I would give M3GAN a 6 out of 10, and that's a generous 6 out of 10 for M3GAN from me. Do you guys agree? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and we will talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains. Yeah. Whoops. That hiccup there, guys? Did that hiccup? Yeah. All right. So there we go. That'll get cut out and put up later. No big deal. What else can I say? That it's not too spoilerish. As far as pacing goes, okay. We know what the setup is, right? We know that this doll comes to befriend this young girl, and it just takes way too long to get there. I was looking at the timing of it, and I was like, okay, we're spending a lot of time with this girl playing out in her yard with the neighbor and the dog. Just get to it already, for crying out loud. It's just kind of like, yeah, we know this doll's going to go murder us. Just get to it. Show us. Yeah. It was kind of like, I really wanted to come out saying that this is a great film. You guys should go check this out. And I was kind of like, oh. You know what? I have to think about this because it was James Wan. It was Jason Blum. But it wasn't directed by them, right? It was directed by Gerard Johnstone. And as I said, it's a tired trope. It's something that we've seen. Yeah, the AI gets smart. At least it wasn't made for that much money, right? I think the budget for this was like 12 million or something like that. What has this director done? Nothing. Okay, so no, he has done something. Okay, hold on. TV series stuff, Housebound, a lot of TV stuff. So this is like his second foray into a full-length feature. It's going to make okay money. It will. Because that dancing doll, people are going to be wanting to check that out. We'll talk about spoilers on the show tomorrow. I'll give you a glimpse. There's no reason why she's dancing like that. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure. And we'll talk about the post-credit scene, or the the lead into what's going to happen next. We'll talk about that all on spoilers tomorrow for sure. Okay, we are rocking and rolling still, aren't we? I know that I had a slight hiccup in the stream there. It looks like stream is healthy again. We're rocking and rolling. Chris Schober says, M3GAN sequel, I can't wait. Yeah. I wonder when the Meghan Markle memes will begin. Is that when that? I don't know what that's tied to. I don't know. Chris Schober says, what did you think about the Child's Play with Mark Hamill? Well, I actually, with the Aubrey Plaza, Mark Hamill version of this movie, oddly enough, I liked it. Let's take a look at what the tomato meter said about that. Child's Play 2019 Rotten Tomatoes. Let's take a look at what that said on. Let's see what that version. I got to stop saying it's version, but it's the exact same movie, guys. It truly is, except it's just a female doll. 63%, 57%, and it's kind of like, I think Chucky had like this mythos behind him that we knew. M3GAN really doesn't have that mythos behind her, and yeah. Well, I liked it. It was a different take. I felt like Child's Play with Mark Hamill was kind of like an Elseworlds Chucky story. This is what could have possibly happened, kind of thing, right? That's what I felt about that one. We'll talk about it a little bit more in spoilers tomorrow. In fact, let's talk about that right now. What else can you find here on Mirror Domains? Well, we do full live watch-alongs for things like Wednesday series that's up on the channel right now, The Peripheral, and we do trailer reactions for Evil Dead Rise and Renfield. That's up on the channel right now too. Those two horror trailers dropped this week, probably because they wanted to get in front of M3GAN. And then later on today, guys, in just about under 2 hours at 1 p.m. today, we'll be watching The Pale Blue Eye with Christian Bale. Like a murder mystery kind of thing about Edgar Allan Poe. Very interesting. Full movie, watch along. So come join us for that. And talking about full movies and murder mysteries, we did Glass Onion, and we had lots of fun with that. Go check that out. Full movies, by the way, guys. We do full movie commentaries here. And then on the weekend, as I said, tomorrow, guys, at 11 a.m., we'll be doing the Horror Weekly, where we will be talking about spoilers for M3GAN, because, I got a few things that I want to, get off my chest about what this movie was about, and its run time and its pacing and stuff like that. Could I be too harsh on it? Maybe. And then, of course, we do movie news live daily here, which we're doing right now. So, if you've gone out and seen the movie, go check that out. And then come join us tomorrow for some spoiler talk for M3GAN. For sure. Okay, where are we at? Let's get back into this stuff, guys. Martin Scorsese is out talking about Tar. Now, Tar was that movie with Cate Blanchett. Martin Scorsese explains why Tar is cinema. What? Well, isn't anything that comes out in the movie theater cinema? Well, not according to Martin Scorsese, because he's come out in the past and said things like the Marvel movies aren't really cinema. Comic book movies are kind of like a cancer on theater experiences. And I've seen Tar, and I liked Cate Blanchett's performance in it. But is it a movie that you need to see on the big screen? Do you need to go see Tar on the big screen? No, you don't. That's it, straight up, guys. I'm sorry, Martin Scorsese. You're from the older generations, and you're just not up with the times. This kind of a story of what Tar is. This female conductor, who basically is kind of like slowly self-destructing and destroying her career just through questionable choices that she makes. She's all high and mighty on herself, kind of thing. It's an interesting story, but it's something that doesn't scream that you need to go out and see it on the big screen. Scorsese says that it is indeed cinema. So let's see what he says. Saying the clouds lifted for the future of cinema as he watched it. So he thought that this was the direction that things should go. Did Tar make a lot of money in the box office? No, it did not. because people just don't want to go out and spend $12 or sometimes $16 to go see a movie like this. This is an art house film. Tar is an art house film. And in that aspect, I sort of agree with Scorsese if you can go see it with a crowd of people who like these art house films. But Tar is not a movie that you go into the Cineplex and you're like, I want my big bag of popcorn, I want my Coke, and I want to just sit there going, no, Tar is not that. So, does all cinema have to be like that, James? No. But Scorsese, let's take a look at just some highlights of this quote that he had. As you can see, he was rather lengthy in his... we're not going to read all of that today. We'll just... James. I'm almost tempted to read all of it. Actually, I am. But, quote, now what you've done, Todd, it's a real high-wire act. As all of this is conveyed through a masterful mise en scène, a controlled, precise, dangerous, precipitous angles, and edges geometrically kind of chiseled into the wonderful 2:3:5 aspect ratio of frame compositions, the limits of frame itself, and the provocation of measured long takes, all reflecting the brutal architecture of her soul. So he's talking about the cinematography here. He's talking about how Tar uses the cinematography to accent her, destruction. I guess I could sort of agree with that. There's only a certain number of ways you can photograph a building, the orchestra halls. So, I just found, like, she just shows up in all these random places, and it's kind of like, does she live there or does she live here? Wait a minute. Now she's sleeping in this place. So where does she live exactly? What the heck's going on here? It's kind of like that. I found it very kind of disjointed in that aspect. But it was supposed to be like that, James, because, she's full of herself and she can sleep wherever she wants to. And it's kind of like, okay, fine, I get it. But it's just kind of like, I guess I'm not... that kind of person where it's kind of like, it's like, yeah, okay, fine. Maybe, you know what Tar is? Tar is the kind of movie where you have to be in the right mood for Tar. And if you're not in the right mood, then you're probably going to say that it sucks. Yeah. And Scorsese, you're just reminding people that a little bit not dinosaur in the negative sense, but it just, you come from the previous generation, right? This is how the previous generations thought about movies and stuff, and he wants to try to return to that. Hey, I didn't see you saying anything about that, about Crimes of the Future or anything like that, about Cronenberg's picture. Scorsese. Hey, we all got our tastes. Scorsese's got his one for this. That's what I say. Tar. You got to be in the right mood for an art house film. Watch it for Cate Blanchett's performance. There you go. That's what I would say. Does it need to be seen on the big screen? I would say nah. And just going back to that, I want to talk about that just for a second. Does M3GAN, do you need to be in the right mood for M3GAN to be like a smash? Like if I were in a happier mood, well, I was, guys, if you saw my story going into it, I was hyped. I was hyped for this film. Maybe my expectations were a little too high because I knew that it was from James Wan and Jason Blum. They've delivered to us before in the past. Maybe my expectations were too high. I don't know. It's curious. Every now and then you just got to reevaluate and reassess how you look at movies, right? So maybe I am being too harsh with a 6 out of 10. But I don't think so for M3GAN. I don't think so. All right. Oppenheimer comes out this year, guys, and we got a new image for it from, it's just Cillian Murphy there. Let's take a look. Oppenheimer image shows Cillian Murphy in vibrant color. Well, we know that this movie is going to have some black and white scenes in it, and I'm really looking forward to it. Um, just because of what the performance, it looks like he's got this nuanced performance going on here, where it's kind of like um, he wants to make he's talented enough to make the bomb, but he kind of doesn't want to because he knows exactly what it's going to do, right? He knows what kind of damage it's going to do. And yeah, this image, it's kind of bright there. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this is just like foreshadowing, like the bright glare from when the bomb explodes kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking. Oppenheimer from Christopher Nolan. Um, it's on a lot of people's most anticipated list right there. I think it is going to have some black and white scenes in it, so I guess they just wanted to accent. No, this guys, remember this is going to be in color too, right? Oppenheimer use of black and white versus color explained. So yeah, it's going to have some scenes in black and white because we've seen images of Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in this movie, and that was in black and white. But Oppenheimer comes out January, February, March, April, May, June, July 21st. There, July. I hate this format for. Just tell me what the date is. I hate the numbers for the dates. Great cast though. I'm looking forward to it because it's got Emily Blunt, and I like Emily Blunt. But we know that Cillian Murphy works very well with Christopher Nolan because he worked with him for all of the Batman films. Our Glass Viking says Cillian can act as if the weight of the entire world is on his shoulders. I'm hyped for this performance. Yeah, that's what I'm mostly looking forward to the performance. The story, not so much. We know how this story goes, right? Cool image indeed. What's next? Colin Farrell talks Penguin. The Penguin spin-off series from the Batman is they're just starting to shoot it now, right? Colin Farrell teases the Penguin series, the Batman, was just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, so despite all the troubles in the DCU with the Batman and Superman stuff, Matt Reeves' Batman is still going to go forward. And that means that this spin-off with Colin Farrell coming back as the Penguin, he's just had a quote here saying that it's just the tip of the iceberg. This is up on Variety, so if you want to go watch the full kind of interaction of it here. When you were making a movie, did you have any idea that, oh, there's going to be a spin-off? No. Yeah. The only thing I had an idea was that I really get to explore the characters. Yeah, so if you want to go see that, that's cool. Yeah. I just thought it was the tip of the iceberg, pardon the pun. Yeah, because of penguins, right? That we were getting to do 6 or 7 scenes in the film. I was grateful for them, but I wanted more. So he just says he wants more, and he talks about that. Ooh, so he's talking about aging it. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so they can. Well, we know when it's going to take place. It's the series is supposed to take place after the events of the Batman there, when he's trying to take control of the crime syndicate there from Falcone, right? So yeah, he was just a genius, Mike, talking about setup for it. So if you want to go check that out, by all means. Production for the Penguin series begins in February. So that's when this shoots. It shoots in February. I think it's going to be like maybe 6 episodes. That's what I feel like it's going to be. It's not going to be a long one, I don't think. Just because of the intensity of the makeup, probably the budget. Yeah, so February. Love the Stephen Colbert interview with Colin and Brendan Gleeson. Oh, was there an interview with them? I'll have to check that out. But I'm excited for it. Colin Farrell's definitely one of my favorite actors. He is, especially after Banshees, and I loved him in Killing of the Sacred Deer. I did. Just that gun scene. Oh wow, Wow. Um, just masterful. He's a masterful performer for sure. So we got a little bit of insight there with the penguin kind of thing. Could they age it up and down and stuff like that? They're getting ready to shoot. He's really excited for it for sure. Cool. Guys, as you know, I was a fan of the Jackass movies. I really had a lot of fun with Jackass Forever last year, and it was kind of a bummer that Bam Margera was not part of that movie. Well, he started off filming for it, and then he had to be removed because he had substance abuse problems. But he's reemerged. He was on Steve-O's podcast, and Bam Margera says, I was pronounced dead after suffering 5 seizures, pneumonia in December. Each seizure lasted 10 to 20 minutes. So it almost sounds like he's still fighting the battle, man. He's still fighting his vices. And I watched about up to the last few minutes of the interview on YouTube this morning before I had to get the show together and stuff. And they go, Steve-O and him. It's good to see that him and Steve-O are still friends. You know that there's some bad blood there between Margera and Johnny Knoxville, because Knoxville, he's controlling what happens with Jackass, and he's got to look after the property, right? He's got to look after the property, and they tried to work with Bam for Jackass 4, and you do see him in a couple of deleted scenes and stuff like that. He was in that stunt where they were with the band instruments and they step on that giant treadmill that shoots them back. He was part of that procession that came in, but they edited around it enough that they cut him out of it. So he was very early on there, and I was kind of hoping that they would have kind of a redemption for Bam, because it got really disgusting with, like, once he was fired, he tried to sue them and stuff like that, and it just created so much bad blood that you didn't know if the three of them could ever be friends again. But it looks like Steve-O, he's one to extend the olive branch, right? And you watch the interview, and Bam, he's been hard on his body, and it's weird, and it's you can tell from like his voice that it's had its toll on him, right? That his life is just became so unmanageable. I would love to say that he's starting to come through it and putting things back on track. Like, I would love for them to make peace and for him to come back for a Jackass 5. I would love that, but I don't know if he can, because some of the things that he was saying in the interview was he's got to stay away from the things that drew him to the drugs and the alcohol in the first place, right? And maybe doing some of those stunts and being part of that crowd again would just kind of like put him in that headspace, right? And you don't know if he can ever do anything like that, but he said that he wants to still do like skateboarding and surfing and stuff like that. I just hope, it's a disease, right, that he has, right? And I just hope he can get through it. It's hard. But it was nice to see that Steve-O, Steve-O fought that battle too, right? He fought that battle too. You couldn't have had more understanding friend, more of an understanding friend than Steve-O in matters like this, because he's been through it. He's been to the detoxes and all that stuff, right? Just like what Bam had went through. And watching them talk about that stuff, I'm hoping was cathartic for him. Very interesting interview, guys. It's only about 59 minutes, but it's up on Steve-O's channel right there, the Wild Ride podcast. And if you are a fan of Jackass and stuff like that, and you like seeing those two guys talk, I recommend that you go out and check that out, because I just wish him all the best. I really do. And hopefully he gets back on his feet. Okay. Let's get back into Some other entertainment headlines with Nicole Kidman series. And Nicole Kidman to star in upcoming Taylor Sheridan drama. Well, Taylor Sheridan's getting his name out there with all the Yellowstone stuff, right? He's with the Yellowstone stuff. The Oscar winner joins Zoe Saldana and Leila de Oliveira in the CIA drama Lioness. Well, Nicole Kidman is top tier talent. She's just like, even when she's in Aquaman, she's just like, wow. Cold Mountain, great performance. She's just a great performer all around. I love whenever she's on screen. And cool. So she's going to be joining the CIA drama Lioness. The show is based on a real-life CIA program and follows Cruz Manuelos, a rough around the edges but passionate young Marine recruited to join the CIA Lioness engagement team to bring down a terrorist organization within. And Zoe Saldana is no stranger to this kind of work either. She's done things in this kind of field too, right? Will play Joe, the station chief of the Lioness program, tasked with training, managing, and leading her female undercover operatives. Kidman will play Caitlin Meade, the CIA senior supervisor. Okay. So Zoe Saldana will be like the one training the unit, kind of like the leader, and then Nicole Kidman will be kind of like the suit, right? She'll be kind of like the CIA person in overseeing all of this stuff. So that's kind of cool. All right, I'm on board with that. And Taylor Sheridan, right? Oh yeah. Okay, so what did he do? Taylor Sheridan, growing slate of TV productions, which include Yellowstone. Yeah, so he did Yellowstone, 1923. Oh, he did The Tulsa King as well. Wow. Yeah, he's all over the place. I want him to get back to movies though, man. Taylor Sheridan, his movies. Yeah. Let's pull that up. Let's pull up Taylor Sheridan's movies. Taylor Sheridan IMDb. American filmmaker, because he's a brilliant filmmaker. I think he is. Just pulling up his IMDb here quickly. Hell or High Water, yeah. Oh, great film. If you haven't seen, we should do a full live watch along. He wrote Hell or High Water. He wrote Sicario. He wrote Wind River. What did he direct? So he's got backgrounds in. He's got a background in acting as well. So he was acting in Yellowstone, and he's got his bases covered for sure. Okay, where's the directing stuff? Wind River though is fantastic, right? Is that the one that he did? Didn't he do that? Yeah, Wind River, written. I thought he directed it. Yeah, he did. Why are you not showing me that in the credits? And he directed Hell or High Water too, right? Yeah, he's. I want to see him go back to film. I know everybody's been jonesing on all the TV stuff, but I want to see a film from him because Hell or High Water and Wind River are like, and Sicario are like masterpieces, right? People just wow. He knows how to go there. He definitely does. Okay, IMDb, why are you not showing me his directing credits? Seriously. You're starting to cheese me out there. Get me a little bit riled up. Okay, let's move on. Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things has come out and made a declaration on his social medias. Noah Schnapp comes out as gay. I guess I'm more similar to Will than I thought. Hey, you know what? It's 2023, and I guess it's still kind of a challenge to be in the public limelight and still have to make declarations like this, because I'm sure he's dating and stuff like that, and he's going to be seen dating guys. And people will say, well, what's going on? Well, I don't know why it's anybody's business, but it is. He just wants to clear the air. He wants to make a declaration. So he came out on his, I think it came out on his TikTok, right? Yeah, Schnapp shared a video on his TikTok. When I finally told my friends and family I was gay after being scared in the closet for 18 years. 18 years? Dude, you're... Wait, how old are you? What do you mean scared for 18 years? You're not 30. You're 18. uh, you weren't scared when you were 1 to 4 or 5. Especially about this. In fact, I wouldn't even say you probably were scared even until, well, maybe you were. I'm not going to take that away from you. With whatever. Okay. Well, good for you that you came out and had made this declaration. It's something that I don't understand myself because I'm not that. So, you know, I got nothing against this. I just champion this kind of thing where people, if you got to get this out of your system and, you know, get it off your chest. I'm from living from like 30 years from now where this kind of stuff still doesn't, like, I'm of the mentality that it doesn't matter. Hey, you know, you do what you want to do, right? As long as it doesn't conflict with what I want to do. I see nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this. Kudos. Congratulations. Hopefully this will just make things easier for you going forward in your life. People will understand you, where you're coming from, easier in the realm of the entertainment business and stuff like that. There you go. Our Glass Viking says, I've not been a fan of Jackass series, but love Johnny Knoxville as an actor. I'll check out the podcast for sure. Yeah, Jackass was kind of like, it was a series. I never watched the series while it was on TV. I was late to the party for the movies. It wasn't even the first movie. The first movie, I was kind of like, with them being nude all the time and them pooping and stuff like that. It was just so gross. I was like, that's below me. That's below me. But it wasn't until like number 2 where I started to see, you know, the bonds between the cast, you know, and that's what I enjoyed seeing. These guys just goofing around, having fun, being morons, right? Hurting each other with physical pain and stuff. It was the trio of them that I liked. Steve-O, Bam, and Johnny Knoxville. Like, I like seeing those 3. It wasn't until I saw that I started to get into the Jackass movies. Sicario 3 is so anticipated. Yeah, that's coming along, right? Also, not a big surprise or big deal as long as Noah can continue to act in decent movies and TV. To each their own. Yeah, what about Noah Schnapp? Yeah, that's. I don't think that'll have any bearing on his ability to get work beyond his acting talents, right? And we've seen there was a couple of good scenes that he had in Stranger Things season 4. Full live watch-alongs up on the channel right now, guys, for Stranger Things season 4. We did that when it dropped. He had a couple good scenes. There was a scene in the back of the pizza van that he had where he was talking about things to come, and he was fighting back his emotions and stuff like that. And then everybody talks about that kitchen scene with him and his brother, right, where he's like, I'm your brother, you can talk to me and stuff like that. Yeah, he had a couple of good scenes. So hopefully he can build on that acting momentum and break out kind of like Sadie Sink has, because everybody on that show still sort of is under Millie Bobby Brown's shadow, right? Sadie Sink is breaking through that. She is. And hopefully some other actors there too. Well, and Finn Wolfhard, right? Those Finn Wolfhard and Millie Bobby Brown are the 2 big names on that show. Okay, talking about TV shows, guys. The Mayfair Witches comes out this Sunday on AMC, and it's a series that I'm anticipating quite a bit because I like Alexandra Daddario. It's about witches. She's like neurosurgeon or something, and yeah, it's kind of like I wanted to see this because it's kind of like she's like from the scientific background, and she's getting drawn into this supernatural thing with witches. And it's kind of like, cool. The supernatural drama revolves around a doctor who learns that she descends from a long lineage of magic-wielding women, haunted by a malevolent entity, Jack Houston. I'm watching it mostly for Alexander Daddario. It takes place, it comes out this at 9 p.m. on AMC, right? Yeah. So I don't know if I want to do watch-alongs for this, or maybe we'll just do reviews. Maybe we'll just do episodic reviews, because not this Monday, but the Monday after that, we're reserving for The Last of Us, which will be on HBO. So maybe we can do Mayfair Witches on Tuesday if you guys don't mind waiting 2 days to get to Mayfair Witches on Tuesdays. Possibly. Yeah, I think that's what we'll have to do. Because I do want to watch it. I don't know. We'll watch maybe I'll watch the first episode by myself, and I'll do kind of like an assessment of the quality of the show, because I do want to watch this. As I said, I like that contrast of somebody who's in the scientific background of being a doctor and then interacting with this magic. Yeah. And I like the trailers for it. Jack Houston, Harry Hamlin's in this. It's coming out this Sunday, so maybe I'll watch it, and I'll kind of weigh in to see if I have to, if we're going to do watch-alongs for it or not. Because we need to do a series to do watch-alongs aside from The Last of Us, right? Bifer says, I vote Kaleidoscope, and Arglass Vikings chooses with the watch order. Kaleidoscope. That's on Netflix, right? That's a series that's on Netflix. Well, we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Later on today, we will be talking about Netflix. We will be watching the Pale Blue Eye, and the reviews are out now. Melling outshines Bale in the mismanaged Gothic mystery. Okay, I don't want any reviews from it though. I don't want to see any reviews from this just yet, because I haven't seen it, and it'll be the first time watching Pale Blue Eye, murder mystery, period piece. Very interesting, from Christian Bale. I'll be looking forward to that. The Pale Blue Eye. Okay. Now, let me just pull up that Kaleidoscope on the old Netflix there, Bifer, and see what you're talking about. Because I've seen that this also was a fairly new release, right? And it's got Giancarlo Esposito in it. Is that what I'm thinking about? Kaleidoscope. Second in TV shows. Black limited series. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 episodes. No, 9 episodes. What's this? In New York City, a heist and hurricane collide as ragtag crew of crooks attempts to steal $7 billion in bonds. Loosely inspired by real events. Giancarlo Esposito, Rufus Sewell's in this. Cool. Let's see this more. And you say that you can watch that in any order. Any order. We might have to check this out, Bifer. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. See, this is the thing about Netflix and why it's so terrible. I knew nothing about this. Like, I seen it there listed when I was pulling up the Pale Blue Eye, but I never saw any trailers for it. Like, Netflix does such a god-awful job of its promotion, right? Its marketing. It's an intriguing premise. If they're doing some kind of a heist during a hurricane, and you can watch it in any order. So I'm going to be kind of curious to see how that puzzle box will be put together. Good call, Bifer. We'll start into that. Okay, so if we're lining things up, if we do, let's see. Okay, We'll do Last of Us on Mondays, Mayfair Witches on Tuesdays, and well, actually, looks like we can binge. We can binge Kaleidoscope because it's got all episodes up there right now. We'll have to. We can do that on Wednesdays, maybe. Yeah. Okay. I take it as a running on Netflix tend to automatically go to the next episode anyway. Yeah, that's the way people will do it. That's just typically the way that people will do it. But if you're saying that I can do it in any order, maybe we'll Kaleidoscope drama series. Let's see what you mean. Let's see if the wiki has got anything up on here. That lets viewers order the episodes. That's weird. You got a wiki? Let's take a look at this wiki. Kaleidoscope consists of 8 episodes which can be watched in any order. The introduction. Black explains the concept of the show, while white is intended to always be the series finale. Okay, so you start off with black and end with white. So you can't start with white and end with black. You got to at least start and stop with those ones. Okay, and then they can just mix it up within the order. Okay, so we have to know at least that much to know to get into Kaleidoscope. Very interesting. We'll have to check this out. Who's Paz Vega? Paz Vega. Okay. Oh, Jai Courtney's in this? He's become kind of like, whatever. I got nothing against Jai Courtney, but yeah. Kyle Reese, you are not. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Thank you, Bifer, for sure. All right, where are we at? 11:53. Let's pull up the old film updates and see what's going on out there. See if I missed anything. And then we'll talk about what's opening up this. Actually, let's do that right now. Let's see what's opening up this weekend at the theaters. M3GAN is opening up, and you know my reviews and thoughts about that. Babylon, I wouldn't waste a single piece of toilet paper on that film. Circus is out. Hindi film. Don't know what that is. Whitney Houston is still out, so no major new releases, I don't think. Well, lots of people are still going to go see Avatar this weekend. Empire of Light's still playing. Violent Night's still playing for some reason. Fablemans, if you haven't seen it, I would say go out and check that out. Black Panther is going to be streaming in a month, so February 1st, right? I think that's all that's playing in those theaters. Playing in the Cineplexes. Avatar. Yeah, we know what Avatar is. Puss in Boots. If you got some young kids to go take. Yeah, that's kind of. I had fun with Puss in Boots. Whitney Houston. 2 hours and 24 minutes. I don't know if that. Ugh. The Whale. Yeah. Sadie Sink. I liked her in that movie. I really did. And I liked his performance too. Brendan Fraser. Black Panther. M3GAN is out. Shalaby. I don't even know what the heck that is. Shalaby? I don't know. Pfft. Whatever. Never even heard of it. So there you go. That's what's coming up. Let's go over to the old Twitterverse and round things out for today. The first trailer for Sick. COVID. Oh, I just used that word. Damn, I'm going to get flagged, aren't I? Peacock. Horror film. Well, we knew that we were going to get something like this eventually, right, guys? Something based on like germaphobes. And, guess what's going to happen? Somebody's going to get sick. Okay. Do I want to watch that after just coming out of it? The Banshees of Inisherin has been longlisted in 14 categories of the BAFTA Awards. Good. And you say I got to check out that interview, Stephen Colbert, of these two. I definitely will. They've got good on-screen chemistry, right? For sure. What's this? Don't know what that is. After Sun. Batman has been most watched on Letterboxd. Wait, can you watch movies on Letterboxd? I thought that was just for reviews. I don't know. I finally put Letterboxd on my phone. I have my M3GAN review up there right now. In fact, let's see if I can pull that up. See if I can pull that up quickly and show you what I've just been starting to fill it out now. So from just towards the tailor end of this year, I don't know how to use this. I really don't. So I guess you can watch films on this. Is that what you can? So I gave it 2 out of 5. M3GAN, here's what I said. If you like the creepy doll dance in the trailers, you might want to check this out. I do like a good horror movie, but M3GAN takes too long. Oh, too long to set up what we already know from the trailers. Just get to the killing, because when we get there, it is good. So there, yeah, my profile's up there. Some people make a list and then add movies to the list as they go. Oh, okay. I don't know how that works. As you guys know, I have my spreadsheet, so it's kind of like I'll still be using my spreadsheet, but I'm gonna try to remember to put up my reviews for this. I don't like 5-star. I don't like the 5-star system. It just I don't even know if I like the rating system or not. All right. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Greta Gerwig's Barbie is most anticipated, according to Letterboxd. Taylor Russell, Paul Mescal, Sadie Sink, and Harris Dickinson for British Vogue. Taylor Russell was in Bones and All, which I'm glad that not a lot of people are talking about, because it wasn't a very good movie. Interesting Dress. She was good in it, but it was kind of like, meh. Sadie Sink. Cool. All right. Taylor Swift is more likely to be going to the Golden Globes on January 10th. So that's next Tuesday, right? Golden Globes. So she'll be there. Hey, you know what? I'll be watching the Golden Globes then, for sure. All right. Why is Survivor trending? The Survivor season ended. What's going on here? Just in from WEF. What? That has nothing to do with the TV show Survivor. You distracted me from Taylor Swift. Damn. Danielle Deadwire. Okay. She's in... I forgot what she's in. She's in Woman King, right? Is that? Claire Foy. She's in Women Talking. Letitia Wright. Okay, so just more images. Harris Dickinson. Denzel Washington. All right. Not much. Guys, it's 12 o'clock. I need to take a good hour here to have my breakfast and get ready for The Pale Blue Eye. Whoops. The Pale Blue Eye, guys. We'll be watching The Pale Blue Eye in just an hour from now on Netflix. The Pale Blue Eye. The second movie of the year for me. We'll be watching. Starting to build our list here for the new year, 2023. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Enjoy your weekend. Go out and see M3GAN if you can. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and join us tomorrow for M3GAN spoiler reviews. And if not, I'll see you in an hour for The Pale Blue Eye, starring Christian Bale, here on Mirror Domains.